We're live.
Oh no.
Hello.
Oh shit.
Should we not be? Oh. Okay. Way to skis me out. So I wasn't certain what's going on. Well, hello everybody. Welcome to another edition of Vigils Remnant. This is episode 22. If you like our story, I just want to remind everybody that we do have a YouTube, so you can actually go back and listen to our previous episodes and get caught up. So if you're like, man, how did they get here? Just know that you can listen to that whenever the heck you want. It doesn't have to be live.
What's the guy's name that's been binge watching us?
Absolutes. Absolutes. Just a heads up. Thank you, man. Appreciate all of your comments and all of your watching. I told everybody here about you, and just want you to know you just as much as you've enjoyed it, we have been very encouraged by you. So thank you. Well, cool. So, guys, we are gonna jump into it here shortly, but of course, we're gonna go ahead and start off with our intro. So. We're going to go ahead and give your name, who you're playing, and then the question of the day will be, what is maybe like your favorite activity, and then what would be your, for fun?
What are you doing for Memorial Day?
Oh yeah, what are you doing for Memorial Day? There we go, that's even better. See? That's why I have friends, because sometimes I fail. Actually, not sometimes. Quite often. I often fail. So name, who you're playing, and what are you doing for Memorial Day. We'll go ahead and do it. We're going to start with, I'm going to put Rob on the spot today, and we're going to go in reverse order on Fantasy Grounds.
Hi, I'm Rob, and I am playing Cranston Earlymorn. I am a cleric of Torag. And for Memorial Day, we're keeping it kind of chill. We're just gonna hang around the house, maybe cook up a little meat, smoke some meat, not grill meat, smoke it. But hey, that's it.
Oh, fun.
My turn?
Go for it, girl.
I'm Bluesvakia. I play a gunslinger catfolk.
Crap.
He's back.
I'm sorry, Blue. That was totally
Sorry.
my fault. Hold on. I'm coming back.
Oh, it was a prank drop.
Prank drop.
No, it was me. It was totally me. It wasn't Rogue. It was totally me. I was trying to minimize Discord on my other screen, and I accidentally hung up on the call. So it was my bad. So, take it from the top again, Blue. My bad. Go ahead.
I'm Bluesvakia. I play a catfolk. Gunslinger. Vonnie Piercer. So, Memorial Day is time and a half. So.
Ooh, nice. Can't go wrong with that.
Nope.
They squeeze whatever they can.
Yeah. Hey, Azzy. How's it going? And Red Cow. Should say hi to all of you guys in Twitchly, India. Curious Ren, Sinful Shuckle. Glad y'all are here. I want to remind everybody before we go on to Jester. Did you go? Was it really? Was
No,
it
not
quick?
yet.
Oh yeah, I thought maybe you
No.
did.
No, mine was quick.
I want to remind
Fuck outta
everybody that you can utilize points you get from watching this channel to throw in some extra hooks every so often. So throwing an obstacle at the PCs, giving them a hand. I just think it's a little fun thing to do. It's not like we do it often, but I just want you guys to be aware of that. Okay, with that said, go ahead. My name is Wade. I play Sir Hammond. And oh my god, somebody else dropped. Rogue, you've infected all of us. It was Rob.
No. Rob. Ooh.
Wow.
I don't think mine's been messing up lately.
I know, man. You infected us.
Every night, Discord sends out a little update, and it kicks you out of calls. So it's probably going to happen to everyone.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I'm back. Sorry.
okay. So anyway, that's Wade, and he's probably going to spend his Memorial Day weekend pensively looking at the ceiling. Go ahead, Rogue. You're up.
Hey everybody, I'm Rogue. I'm playing a ranger, Asgrim the Pale, and I am also the creator of Demon Gates, the dark fantasy tabletop RPG, and Arcanum Syndicate. Memorial Day, I will be probably cooking steak and playing some
Nice.
role-playing games.
Hell yeah.
And thankful for all of the military personnel and everything that have done their duties in their service. Jester and the rest of them. Was anybody else in the military here?
No, I don't think so.
Just Jester.
Just
Just
Jester.
Thank you
Jester.
for your service, Jester.
Thank you, sir.
Parted out of
Service,
ROTC, and that's about as far as I got.
So I guess it's my turn to introduce. I am Wicked Jester. I'll be playing Maj Al Ward. He's kind of a squeaky little mouse type, but for some reason has one of the largest voices. I really hope that my young ward is alright back at Vigils. Hope. And my phoenix. I don't care about the Catwoman's phoenix.
Whatever. Nobody cared about it.
As far as Memorial Day goes, I will probably be sitting here having a drink and fighting off ghosts of the past and my demons.
All right. If you need any
That's a
help
game,
with that,
right?
just give me a call.
That's a video game, right? Oh my god, Jester.
There's a reason that I've got a black band around my wrist, and I should have a lot more.
Do you mind telling us what that symbolizes?
Black bands are generally worn by military personnel with the names of those that they served with who have fallen. The one that I wear is a guy that I served with for the longest, Corporal Joseph Whitehead, who died 1/17/2011.
May his memory live on. Well, tonight we are playing our Vigils Remnant, which is our Pathfinder 2e homebrew game. Last week, the crew finally made its way to Nantwich, or Orkney. I forgot. Oh, Orkney, which is this small fishing village right here. They made their way through dozens of cultists, knocking some into the river, eliminating some. Finally, getting to the point where they can rescue Blusvekia's character, Vanya Piercer. She was in a temple, some type of underground dungeon underneath this city, a dungeon that seemed almost larger than the city or the town itself. We are fast forwarding a little bit here. Normally, I pick us up pretty much directly with where we were. However, in the interest of time and kind of moving things forward, last week, or the last time we played, we decided that the crew essentially would slip out because they were only really at the entrance of this dungeon, and there was enough chaos and cacophony in the city for them to be able to get out pretty much unnoticed. They made their way as fast as they could to east of Orkney. We're using this little flaming skull icon to indicate that they are that's where the party is. These other symbols on the map indicate other different things. Most notably, this particular skull right here indicates an enemy that they could possibly fight.
Boss level enemy.
Yeah, a boss level enemy or just an enemy. Other icons indicate different things like domesticatable animals, stashes of supplies, or even refugees that they could possibly save. The green mark on each of those indicates that they've gone to these groups of people or that particular objective and taken it out. It was about the afternoon when you had gotten out of Orkney, making your way to this part of of this kind of clearing between these two different forests that you can see here. Would have taken you at least the rest of the day. So it is night. The night of the day that you just rescued Vanya. You are with your group again. I believe we said that you guys actually have horses now, correct?
Yes.
They better
And we
have
have
my
it-
damn horses.
And we have enough for every member of the
I'm just
party
kidding.
now
I'm just
that
kidding.
a certain member got killed.
It's true. So this is the night of the day you have rescued Vanya. I imagine this is a moment where you can all finally get some rest. All of you can finally get patched up, because all of you felt a little bit stronger as well, as all of you have leveled up. But let's set the scene. We are here at this campsite, and you are all together after a very long day and a very hard combat. I imagine all of you are unpacking your various things, maybe. And actually, why don't you describe to us what your character is doing as they're kind of. I imagine you're just getting to this particular campsite. You've all decided we're gonna have this campsite, so all of you are just getting out your stuff. So give us a view into what your character is doing as they're
All right.
getting ready to camp.
So as everybody else is probably gathering firewood, and setting up everything, Maj is, of course, writing in his book and logging everything that has occurred, as he has always done. And then he takes a look over at the shields and equipment of everybody. As Grim, your shield is a little rough for wear. Do you need me to fix it for you?
Asgrim he's brushing his horse's hair. He's been over there talking to this horse for a little while, because I'm actually thinking about getting this skill that has
Bonded
to do
animal?
has to do with this animal. So he pats it, and he looks over at his shield, which is probably hanging off of the horse's saddle as well. And it's just really mangled. And then he pats it and thinks about how many times the dang thing has saved his life. So he says, that would be very helpful. If you don't mind.
And it here. And he'll start getting out his tools and everything, but he really doesn't have the need for these tools. It's almost like as he starts working on it that he just heats up the metal with his hands and uses hydraulic push to kind of knock out the dents and everything. As Maj has a particular ability, which is... what is it? Tinkering Fingers. I don't need tools for a successful repair.
For reals? Is that what Tinkering Fingers does?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cool. So you're kind of role-playing it as if you're using your magic to essentially be the tools that you need.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's cool.
Well, as Grim, after I'm done with this, I have been working on a shield with the bones and other material that we got from that nasty bug in the desert. Perhaps you could use it. I believe Sir Hammond's shield is pretty sturdy enough.
He actually smiles, something he hasn't done for a while, and He says, that terrible mind creature? You saved that creature's bones?
No. The one from the supply cache. The one that was going underneath the earth that nearly ate me.
Oh, yes, that would be amazing. Amazing. If you could improve my shield in any way, I would be most appreciative.
He's like, do something for me.
Yes, please.
Maybe I could hunt you down some extra spices or something for tonight's dinner.
That'd be excellent. So I am gonna go ahead and roll that crafting check for his repair, which I need to look up the rules on it. So we'll move ahead while I'm looking that up.
Yeah. In the meantime, as he's sitting there finishing the discussion with Maj, he looks over to Vanya just to see what she's doing or how she's doing, because she has survived a pretty horrifying event.
It's like
Yeah.
traumatic, like so traumatic.
Absolutely.
I was thinking about this for a long time. She's putting all her stuff back on.
Yeah.
She
good
has to go
start.
through a bag of holding. So I imagine she is like off like a little ways, hunched over this bag of holding, digging her hand down in there, just looking for all her stuff.
If you find a magazine, leave it alone.
It's great. I don't know what's in this bag of holding. So
Religious supplies.
whose bag of holding was this, by the way?
Mine.
Oh God!
Hit mitts to it.
Why are those pages stuck together?
Oh Lord.
No, she's just kind of off and trying to. You can like see her like picking like, oh, there's my leather jacket, or she's
Yeah.
naked. Well, she wasn't naked. She had like plain white clothes on, but they were ripped to shreds because, oh boy, I'm gonna point out she's lost a lot of fur, and she looks a little haggard. That's what she's doing. She's like, she pulls out her arquebus finally, and she starts cleaning it. Like coddling it. It's like one of the... Yeah, anyway. That's what Vanya's doing.
Cool. So you are getting dressed. Maj is reading. What is Cranston up to?
Cranston has pitched his tent. He has set up a small,
According
very
to that magazine, he definitely has.
damn straight.
He
The
has a
small,
tent?
very, very basic altar. Just kind of primitive, kind of simple. Not very demonstrative. Like I said, it's very quiet. Kind of quiet about it. Comes up and says, we've all had a very, very rough time of this. I think I can do something that will help us a bit. And he starts mumbling, and he casts a spell called Soothing Spring. So, basically what Soothing Spring does is, it makes every, hang on, let me just read the thing for you.
Sure.
So, pretty good little spell. If I can get the darn thing to come up. There we go. Steam whisks into the air as a stone-lined pool appears in the ground and fills with hot water that bubbles up from the earth. The water is comfortably hot and smells mildly sulfurous in a not unpleasant way. You're able to draw out the full energizing potential of the mineral-rich water. Any creature that spends the whole hour soaking in the hot spring or basking in the mud from the bottom of the pit regains 10d8 hit points and feels refreshed, losing the fatigue condition as normal for effects that remove fatigue. This doesn't remove any underlying sources of fatigue, such as lack of sleep, causing the condition to return if the underlying source isn't addressed.
You're
It's
creating
20
a
feet.
sauna. To be clear.
He just
Or like
made
a
us
hot
a hot tub.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
That's-
pool is 20 feet on each side, and it's 5 feet deep. It can contain 16 medium or smaller creatures at a time. A large creature counts as 8. Medium creatures and a huge creature as 8 medium creatures, and a huge creature fills the entire pool. This pool has the structural
That's amazing.
trait and the same restrictions as magic items that create structures.
That is amazing.
Just like out of the lights of his fingertips, he's like, and hot tub.
By the way, my god is a very, very fun god. Hot tub.
Your god
Hey.
is just a being that is
Amazing.
far
Giving
more
you this
advanced
hot
than
tub.
us.
That's fine. He's giving us this hot tub right now, and he wants us to be happy.
That is amazing.
Prank, can you set a DC for the shield repair?
Yeah, I was actually looking up on that. First off,
page.
first off,
23?
let's talk about shields really quick because they've been something I've never ever got quite right in Pathfinder 2e, and I want to get it better. So there is a threshold. You know how we talk about the total hit points of a shield?
Mm-hmm.
So just so you are aware, there are 2 factors that you need to consider when you're using your shield. The first factor is its total hit points. When a I'm not going to do it now because that would be real shitty of me. When a shield's total hit points are reduced to 0, the item is destroyed. As in, not usable. Gone.
Well, we could
Now-
do that. I mean, I have an extra.
Okay, well, I'll the break threshold of a shield indicates when a shield gets below that, it's so broken it's no longer usable. It can still be repaired, but it is no longer usable. So just so that we are clear about that going forward. As for the DC for this particular shield, let me go ahead and look that sucker up. That would probably be under skills and crafting. You spend you know what? It's a base. I'll tell you what. Roll me a craft check, Jester. Let's do that first.
All right.
Because your crafting is probably pretty high. Yeah. I was set, I in my mind, I set a DC of about 20, especially because it's essentially a level 1 item. You don't have any upgrades to the shield, correct, Rogue?
I don't think so. Let me check real quick.
Sure.
Your shield regains 15 HP.
Okay. Alright, so then if you would like to continue to work on that shield, you can. It'll be multiple. Just give me another crafting check, another DC 20. That'll be essentially what you're doing in the evening.
If you don't mind, I'd like to use the materials that I got from that sandworm that tried to eat Maj to improve the shield.
I am open to this.
Because also in my abilities for crafting, I've got magical
What?
crafting, tinkering fingers,
He's like, go on.
and a whole bunch
yes.
of other stuff. So
I mean, you have the ability to craft magical items as well, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You
You know what? This
know,
might
it's-
actually answer a question I had earlier. What were you about to say, Mr. Rogue?
I don't believe that. I mean, I don't see it written down anywhere, but I seem to remember like Hammond or somebody doing something to give it a +1 shield. Maybe
Was
I'm
that-
remembering it
Wasn't
wrong.
that a spell, though?
It might have been.
It could have been, which would be a temporary effect.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I do have a steel shield in my pack, an extra one, and which I think is weird. But yeah, we could just use that one. Maybe the other one broke.
I have an item here in mind, but I want to see how this goes first.
All right.
So using the pieces of the sandworm to improve his shield, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a crafting check again. But by the way, do you guys like the ambience of the fire in the background, or would you prefer like the music that I normally do?
Fire right now.
Yeah. Fire's good.
Okay, just wanted to check in on my players.
Fire good.
Fire good. Ow, my back.
to be any meat for dinner?
Oh my gosh, what
Lord.
game are we playing?
Yes. Yes. Let me go get some food for everybody.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do for you, Rogue. I'm gonna give. I want you to give me a crafting check, and I'm gonna kind of roll it into that previous one as well. I'm gonna say that you spend your evening doing this, and if you do it, this will consume the sandworm parts, and it will upgrade his shield.
All right.
Go ahead and roll me another crafting check. Get over at 25.
Oh no, 23.
Okay. You know what? That's fine. I can have it be a scale. That's not what I had in mind, but we can make this work. Or you could tell me that you're going to spending more time on it. It's up to you.
I mean,
Fail doesn't
Maj is
necessarily have to be like it doesn't work. A fail can also be it's just taking more time.
Maj is honestly, he's just going to write in his book, eat, and do this until he goes to bed.
Okay. Give me another day's work on it, and we'll check in tomorrow, if you'd like.
All right. All right. Yeah.
And then I will have an item for you, Rogue. A magical item. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that, you son of a bitch?
I need more love like that
Sounds
in
good.
my life.
Well, talk to your wife about giving you some magical items. Okay. Anybody doing anything else at the campfire before we before I move things along? Just anything roleplay wise between your characters, any little projects you're working on, whether it be this or something else.
Just hanging out in the hot tub.
Hanging out in the hot tub. We need a hot tub scene.
I love you.
I love you, son.
She's gone. I don't know where she is.
That's funny because as soon as that whole magical thing appears, I imagine Vanya's ears perk up and she sneaks a look over at her shoulders, sets down her gun, she walks over and gets in.
Before she gets in, Maj casts prestidigitation on her so that she doesn't dirty the water with all the blood that was on her.
He's
What
cleaning.
if it's magical? What if it's a magical spring and it just doesn't go in the water? Like
It actually is a magical spring, but
I love how Maj
clean your stuff up.
I love how Maj can simultaneously be like this wonderful character who like gets in people's way and also incredibly
oh,
petty.
he's such a rude little shit.
I love it. It's a full person.
It's fine.
Not everybody is like.
She's got to clean up anyway. She has been. Whew.
Maj thinks that
rough
she would
looking.
enjoy being clean and then going and soaking in the tub.
There you go. See, he's really helping you.
He cleaned me off before I even touched the water.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Broke, go ahead. Please
Filthy
move on.
kitty.
Yeah, I'll be probably hunting for food and set up my usual traps around the camp perimeter.
Awesome.
Make sure we're safe in our camping area.
I like it. I like it.
I think I can set up a couple like snares and stuff like that, sound traps and something to hold an enemy.
Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. You are setting up these particular traps. The hot tub has been made. The hot water spring. Maj is working on this shield. Everybody's kind of taking their specific duties as it relates to doing a campsite. Hammond, I imagine, is probably the one grabbing wood and everything for the fire. That works out because Wade's not here anyway. After all of your tasks are done for setting up the campsite, getting ready to go sleep, at least feel good about it. Let's talk watch. Who's staying up in what order? That would be helpful for me.
I'll take first watch.
Okay.
I'll take first watch. I'm quite keyed up as it is, so might as well.
Yeah. Second?
I'll go ahead and do it. I mean, I do probably have the best eyes here in the dark, so let's get a little bit darker.
Oh, that is a good point. A lot of you are night blind. Maybe I should take the last one. Something in the middle as well.
I'll take first watch then.
So
I'll take after our dear little friend here.
Okay, cool.
Maj just gives you a little head nod.
Yeah, dark vision, baby.
Cool.
You are too small to be the next noble steed.
Now, it is evening of the same day that you rescued Vanya. You know that there was a lot of stuff going on back in Orkney, and you also know about this threat to Vigils' hope. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to change gear a little bit, as you are now all sitting in the hot tub, all sitting together, maybe around the fire. Maybe you're all drying off after sitting in the hot tub. I like the idea of you guys sitting in the hot tub just because I want to use it, because it's awesome. It comes to the point where you guys need to talk about what you're doing next. Now, in character, or out of character, I know what we've discussed in Discord. I know that what we kind of discussed after our last session. But let's talk about it in character. What are your characters doing? What do they want to do? How do they want to proceed from here? Go.
Maj wants to ride hard and ride fast to get to Vigil's Hope.
After a sleep or...
Yep, after a sleep.
Okay, just double checking.
Cranston is of the same mind.
I agree. We saved all those people. And we were trying to build something there. Reconstruct their lives.
I don't know that I completely believe those braggarts, but I do believe that we should be on our guard and move as quickly as is feasible, because they might be telling the truth.
Yeah. Asgrim will nod to that.
Okay.
And
Anything
I'll
else?
look over to Vanya. What say you, Vanya?
There's no end goal without hope, she says.
Very well said. For hope, then.
And you gotta have faith.
He does.
No, you do not have to have faith, but hope you must.
Faith, a faith, a faith. You got to have faith.
I have faith in those that are sitting next to me. I have faith that we will make it through this.
Good
I
enough.
have faith that we'll make it to Vigil's Hope.
That means you have faith, and that is enough.
My faith is not in deities or beings.
I didn't specify.
Very well. Very well.
Maj, maybe he's reading his book in the bath.
I love
He's
it.
got the book in the back.
Pages are
But I
getting a
will
bit
take
steamed.
note of your.
If I want to be
Okay.
fancy, I'll take my arquebus and it's waterproof.
Ew.
Every time he writes, he pulls a little piece of wax and rubs over the top of it after it dries, so that way his book is still water sealed.
Nice. Alright.
But
What do you
it's
think
very good
Hammond's
to have
doing?
you here, Cranston.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Cranston, it's very good to have you here.
Thank you.
Very happy that we ran into you in that.
It seems
Tavern.
that your cause is just, and because of that, I'm happy to accompany you. I've had my run-ins with the Whispering Tyrant, and it almost ended me.
I think
His-
Hammond would, at that point, walk up and put his hand on his shoulders.
I know how you feel. I am worried about my brother, and it's back at Natwich. But first, we have to deal with the survivors of Vigil.
Yes, they're my brethren too, and we definitely need to talk about that at some point.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Jester. I think this would be the perfect opportunity to hand Hammond off. Placing that hand on his shoulder and saying, "You're a good man in faith. I entrust my friends to you." And he says, "I must go get help." And that's where he would
But we've got
start
somebody
saying
to-
goodbye.
Start.
I agree. I think that would be a good idea. However, the issue that we have at point is Agitated Max and I, Wade, have not discussed his new character too much, nor do we have anything ready. So I think for his purposes, I think what Max has in his mind, as well as I have in my mind, is to go through this Vigil's Hope. Because I think that it would also be on Hammond's mind as well, given that he's cared so much about it. And I think the plan is after
you don't have the
that-
character ready. Okay.
Yeah. So I think he's going to continue to play at least through whatever happens here. And I say that because I don't even know, because I fly by the seat of my pants with everything. So
Sounds good, GM. I was wondering.
no, that was a good idea though, because I think you did bring up a very good point.
Call me Hammond too. I'm twice the man Hammond one was.
Okay. If there is nothing else, then here's what we're going to do. This is, you know how earlier before we started playing, I told you guys I was going to steal a mechanic from Blades in the Dark?
Yes.
So in Blades in the Dark, there's what's called their encounter mechanic. And essentially it determines like the standing of the players as they are getting ready to go into this. I'm going to tweak it a little bit to figure out what is the standing of Vigil's Hope. So here's how it works. So thank you, John Harper, creator of Blades in the Dark, because I'm stealing this mechanic because I really like it. And I think it'll be really good for our on-the-fly game.
Oh, I
Every
love
time-
playing Blades in Dark with you.
Yeah, it was
Wonderful
a lot of fun.
system.
It was a wonderful system. Very role-play heavy, which I love. There's a D6 that is the base of figuring out what the encounter is. You start with 1d6. And then we're going to take into effect everything else that Vigil's Hope is going on, as well as things that Wade and I have discussed behind the scenes when he was Dirge. And so the idea is that the good things will add a d6, and the bad things will take away a d6. The goal is to get a big old pool of d6s that you can roll. Because how it works is on a 1 through a 3, Vigil's Hope will start off in a desperate position. On a roll on a 4 or 5, Vigil's Hope will start out in a risky position, meaning maybe they were kind of prepared. On a roll of 6, it means that Vigil's Hope, however they did, saw this coming, and as a result, were able to kind of fend off whatever is being sent their way. So we're going to talk this through. You're going to tell me what Vigil's Hope has that has a d6 going for it. And then I'm going to adjust the pool based on what I know, and then I'm going to do a secret roll to determine the stance of Vigil's Hope before you even get there. And that will determine how dire of a situation you're running into. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody understand? All right. So
Yes.
starting off with 1, tell me what are some things that Vigil's Hope has going for it?
I got an idea.
Okay, go for it.
When we saved all these people, we gathered them together and we taught them certain ways to survive on their own.
You did.
Yeah, we needed them to. you know. And they watched us. Like Maj trained some of the kids in arcane crafts, right? And then Asgrim trained some to hunt or survive, you know what I mean, and scout for enemies.
Mm-hmm. I
think
like that.
Might be a good one.
I have
Absolutely.
one.
So they have a group of people that are kind of already there and rare and ready to help. So you guys are up to 2. Okay.
I have
the,
one.
The highest, to be clear about the system too, the highest number you get will determine. So that's why you want to have a big old pool, so you want to have a better chance of getting a 6. Go ahead,
Gotcha.
Rob.
So I haven't been in Vigils Rest very long, but I did do one thing that might have helped us a little bit, and that was bring up all the lore of what was going on, brought up the chest tattoos, basically made quite a bit of noise while I could about that so that people might be a little bit more aware of what's going on and the fact that there is something among them.
Okay, so, and this was this is in Vigil's Hope, or this is, oh, that's right, because you were traveling, I think that was part of your backstories. You were going to all of these different towns, right?
Yes. I'm basically been a undead hunter for the last 2 years.
Cranston visited Vigil's Hope before he found us. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's quite.
Yeah,
I think that's fair, and I think it's quite possible it happened while Rogue was because I know that Asgrim was part of Vigil's Hope for about a year while you guys weren't, and then Vigil's Hope didn't have any of y'all. So it's very possible that, Rogue and Rob, you guys like just missed each other. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that will increase your pool to 3d6s. All right?
And that's all I got.
They have the renovated dungeon to fall back into. In case they get like an early warning or whatnot. Maybe there was drills in town to evacuate into the dungeons and seal it up from threats.
I like that. I think that's very plausible. So yeah, that'll bring us up to 4d6 is the current pool. Any other things that you guys would like to try and throw in there?
So on top of everything going on, we found out that those phoenixes actually age quite quickly and is under the bonding basically with the Maj's ward, who's a caretaker of them.
That's fair. That's actually an idea that I had actually thought of. I'm going to add red because they're phoenixes. All right. Any other ideas you guys can think of about how Vigil's Hope might prepare itself for some type of incursion or an attack?
They are underground, defended with a door that has a secret code to it.
I agree. I'm going to say that goes under the dungeon thing that they said earlier. Like they had a dungeon that they could fall back to.
Yeah. Well, unless you're talking about the puzzle. If you taught the town people how to reactivate the puzzle.
Oh, yeah, we did.
To seal it magically in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the entrance wasn't even visible to you guys in the beginning.
It's true. Any other thoughts? Going once. Going twice. Moving on.
Damn it.
I am going to subtract a die because of something that Wade and I talked about when he was Dirge. So now we're down to D4.
All right.
He's still leaving us presents? God damn it.
I'm also going to subtract another D6 because of something else that would be imperative in regards to that. So we're going to go with...
We also not only taught them how to safely mine that facility deeper, but how to use the ore and everything in place of lumber. Not only were the most of the Vigil's Hope people strong, burly lumberers, but they were artisans, craftsmen, and things like that from the main city. So they would have an ample store of weapons.
So you are making the case...
And some of their houses can be fortified. They got an upgrade from wood.
So you're making the case, just so I'm clear, that one, they have smiths that could equip them, and two, they have people who would be able to defend them based on their athleticism.
Professions, yeah.
Okay, I think that's fair. I'll go ahead and add one die back. All right, so what are the two things? That was one, and then yeah, I'll subtract one for that as well. All right. So 3 die. D6 will determine Vigil's Hope's position. Again, 1 through 3 is a fail. 4 through 5 is kind of like risky. And then a 6 would be like they start off in a super controlled position. They saw it coming. Maybe it was the early warnings or whatever. I'm going to keep the roll secret, but you'll pretty much figure it out narratively as we figure it out as I describe. Fair enough?
Frank, you were shaking those dice for so long that
Oh, it looked
Wow.
like, yeah. Wow. Whatever. You heard the roll. Anyway, I know what the roll was.
It was
okay,
Mark
cool.
of the Beast, right?
It was not Mark of the Beast. It was the opposite.
No way.
3 ones.
No.
Delicious. The blood of Vigil's Hope is delicious. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Tastes like spam.
Ow. I'm trying to adjust my back as we kind of get ready to transition here. I will also have you know, at the end of Vigil's Hope. Well, no, that'll be a surprise. You guys wake up in the morning. Oh wait, I actually have to roll to see if you guys encounter anything in the night. I'm gonna do it secretly.
of course you are.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe. There we go. Use my old brass die. Can't go wrong with the old brass die. First watch. Second watch. Third watch.
I don't like the way he said second after he rolled.
So in the middle of the night. Nothing
Should
happens.
I go ahead?
No,
Oh.
nothing happens. Nothing happens. You guys, I rolled clear on all of them. You guys make it through the night without any issues or any incursions. You wake up in the morning to a new day. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. You wake up in the morning to a new day. Hopefully a day that is... we'll see that Vigil's Hope is okay. Everybody awakes from their slumber. You eat, and you get ready to transition to go to Vigil's Hope. You guys doing a straight? Just going there straight?
Yep. Maj
Any
would
other-
say, as the crow flies.
As the crow flies. Wow. Awesome. All right, then so be it. I'm going to go ahead and roll for each of these hexagons. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can make it to Vigil's Hope by the afternoon. Fair enough?
All right.
But I have to roll for each one. So here we go. First hexagon. And if there's anything you guys would like to do in the meantime, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Train animal.
What are you training? What animal?
My horse. To
Oh,
rear up on command.
Of course, of course.
okay. So I believe train animal, this is like something that takes... Oh, I dropped my die and I can't bend over. This is the worst.
You got a kid behind you.
Do you want me to help you?
No, he's...
Yes.
Good thing it's blurred. Let's just say that. All right, son. I'll take care of that.
I just got a pillow, that's all.
Yep. I know you just have a pillow. That's why I told you to get out of here. I love
Can you
you.
charge it, please?
Yeah, I will charge it.
Thanks.
Okay. I'm gonna bend down.
Oh
I'm gonna
my
get
lord.
this guy. Ooh, I'm okay. Oh God.
Hey, Frank, did you do any more songs?
What?
Did you write any more songs?
This week? No, I was just in pain the whole week.
Oh, I was going to
Rehab.
distract you with songs.
Oh, that would have worked. I probably would have been very distracted. All right, first hex. Cool.
I shall be scouting.
All right, so then go ahead and give me a perception check.
30.
Well, that's probably pretty good because you definitely see something. Ooh, actually, I like that idea. I'm going to use that. Yeah, okay, so my first instinct was right. Awesome. As you are making your way through these plains, trying to keep things, because that 30 is pretty good. Let me just roll something really quick. Secretly. I don't know how to do this. Well, there's no crit. Yeah, so, okay. You, there's no critting on skill checks. It's got to be 10 over. That's the rule. Natural 20 doesn't automatically give it to you. So that's what I was having the internal discussion with. I'm sorry. As you are making your way through the plains in between these two forests, looking to the left, looking to the right, Asgrim, you are definitely out in front of the party, ranging as a ranger does, keeping an eye out on things. And you see it. It looks like it's hiding, waiting for prey, but you see a creature in a... let's see if it might see you. It does not see you. Actually, roll me a stealth check, just to double check, because I imagine you're stealthily ranging.
$24.
It sees you. And you see it, but it thinks it's hidden. And you may think you're hidden. So here's how this worked. Each of you see each other, and each of you succeeded on the perception checks, and each of you failed on the stealth checks. So I imagine both of you are like, I don't think this thing sees me. But you clearly do. It is a creature. Given that you are seeing it, if you want to give me a quick knowledge check, I can tell you what it is. If you succeed, that is.
Yeah. Does survey wildlife matter for this, or?
Yes, this is a beast. So what would survey wildlife do? Can you tell me?
Determine the presence of nearby creatures. You can spend 10 minutes assessing the area around you to find out what creatures are nearby based on nests, scat, marks, vegetation. I guess he would have been doing that while he was kind of scouting, but...
Sure.
Attempt a survival check against a DC determined by the GM based on how obvious the signs are. On a success, you can attempt a recall knowledge check with -2 penalty to learn more about the creatures just from these signs. If you're a master in survival, you don't take any penalties. Let's see. I am just an expert in survival, so I would be at -2, I guess.
That's fair. Go ahead and roll me a survival check to determine if there's more than what you see.
Alright. -2 is in. Here goes the roll. Yeah, that was a poor roll. 18.
You realize that this area is frequented in a couple of these different creatures. Now, you're not entirely certain how many, but you know at least there's one based on what you can see. Roll me a nature check to see if you can ascertain what this thing is.
What is it? Is it hostile?
That's for Rogue to find out with a nature check.
17.
I think that's enough. I'm trying to figure out exactly what the DC... Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Normal. Oh, that's... Oh, I don't need that. Okay. This says a higher DC than normal. However, I've since... Ooh. Simple DCs.
The good boy.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that. That's a really good idea. So simple DCs. So it would be a trained. Okay.
And now I'm covered in white dog fur.
You know that this creature, first off, you can tell that it's a reptile in nature. You know that it has about 8 legs as it's kind of like bearing down in the tall grass, kind of getting ready to pounce on whatever creature comes by. This, it looks like this.
I think I know what it is. Yes, I think I know what it is.
Why does everything have to look so terrifying?
This is called a basilisk. You know that these are reptiles with nasty dispositions. And the
You
big
said
thing
6
that you know
legs.
about them is that they have the ability to turn creatures to stone with its gaze. Folklore holds that much like for the cockatrice, the first basilisks hatched from leathery eggs laid by snakes and incubated by roosters. But little in the basilisk's physiology lends any credence to this claim.
Son of a
No.
bitch.
Is it just him seeing this, or
He's the one ranging, so yes, it is only him
Can he
currently.
share the information, signal us in any way?
I'm gonna immediately ride back.
Okay.
If I know it's a basilisk, yeah, I'm gonna take off.
Absolutely. So you fall back. It doesn't looks like it's staying there. So yeah, I'll let you go back to the crew and talk about how you want to proceed. Now you can alter your trajectory. That is one idea. You can go to a different hex. You can go through and hope that there's just one, or you can, go from there.
Right. So Asgrim, as he's like looking, and maybe even saw some tracks or something of a, 6-legged creature, and then he finally spots it, and then he gets down in the grass, and he's like, "Oh shit! Did it see me? I don't think it saw me." He starts to creep back towards his horse, and then he jumps on the horse, pats it, and then takes off back to the others. As he rides up to the others, he holds
Maybe they're
up his
like
hand.
100 yards in back of you. I think that's fair.
Yeah. He rides up and he's holding his arm up, and he says, "There's a dangerous creature ahead.
What is it?
A basilisk."
Cranston
Can-
curses lightly.
does Maj know if basilisks are solitary creatures or pack hunters? Or they form a familiar clutch?
That is a good question.
There's hundreds of them. They come from snakes.
Sure, that sounds right.
Would you like a nature?
Yeah, no, go ahead and give me a nature check. I like that. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to
33.
cheat a little bit.
With my
Nice.
roll, I was able to ascertain that they turn creatures to stone and stuff like that. Not
Yeah.
much else, right?
I think you got like the big headlines of the basilisk, which is
Okay, cool.
it's a reptile. It can petrify people. You want to
Hopefully,
be
Maj knows more. Yeah.
careful about that. Yeah, and I think that's fair. Oh, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, Maj got a 33 total, 17 plus 16.
Sure.
Nice.
You know that they usually come, so you know more about the basilisks. they love to eat like petrified flesh. Essentially how it works is like, man, if it works, like they can like permanently petrify people, and essentially they munch on the petrified parts, and their like stomach acids do the work in terms of like dissolving even the petrified portions. They usually come in like singles, or they could be in a pack of like a pair rather, or in a small pack between 3 to 6, but generally they don't get outside of that.
With Maj's knowledge on these creatures, would he know if they're weak against anything?
It's a good question. With that 33, no. You don't know if they're weak to anything. Honestly, I think you... Go ahead.
Would he have heard how hard they are to beat?
I don't know how to...
How many people...
Like on a range of 1 to 20.
No, not anything like that. If Maj has heard stories or read books about hunting parties going after these creatures, and hunting parties actually returning, do you think it would be feasible to know if they were a challenging creature to beat, or if those hunting parties returned whole?
So if you're talking about like your standard like common
Lore
hunters, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're probably not doing, like Joe and Jim Bob, right? They're just going off to do some hunting, deer or whatever.
So
and they're like,
what if 20 hunters went after it? How many would die?
If 20 hunters that were like Jim Bob went after it, I would say that there's a good chunk that a couple of them would die. Many of them would be turned into stone, but there would be some that would come back.
All right.
Perhaps we should find a way around it.
It might delay us a little bit, but that might be the better choice instead of...
But can we actually afford the delay?
It is better than us dying trying to get to those that need us.
True,
The only
but we're not exactly pushovers.
Yes, we're not, but if we die or get petrified before we get to Vigils' Hope, what hope does Vigils' Hope have? We need to think about this smart. If we arrive and we're tired and hurt from battle, could we save Vigils' Hope?
You know what I'm gonna do?
I vote we find a way around. We might have to mark this place like the rest of the creatures and come back and take care of it later.
Or we're just a little stronger. I could turn people back, but I'm not quite there yet.
The only other option that I think that I could possibly do is if somebody almighty and powerful would answer if I could use Dimensional Step and my hero point in order to perhaps
pass by,
teleport these beings to another plane for at least the duration of us traveling through that area.
I'm gonna say no to that.
No. He totally makes up a portal, and he's like, "Here's the other side of him. Let's go."
Okay, you know what though? I will tell you this because you rolled pretty high. The effect is not instantaneous. However, it can become instantaneous. I would also tell you with that 33 that a creature who is petrified by a basilisk in this manner by their gaze, if they are coated, not just splashed, with fresh basilisk blood, their body is instantly restored to flesh. You know that a single basilisk contains enough blood to coat about 3 people in this manner.
Maj relays that information, but he's still advising us that we should divert
Wait a
because
minute.
they need all their power and all their
Wait a
energy
minute.
to get.
Wait a minute. You said their blood is magic?
Specifically for the purposes of restoring flesh that a basilisk has petrified.
Only
Best
basilisk.
Caught you, Blue, trying to game the system. I know what you're trying to do.
Basically, basilisk anti-venom.
A little bit. A little bit.
So he describes this to us. Yeah. We could try to sneak around.
Could try to sneak around. Could try to just avoid the area altogether. But you got enough of a perception check on it to know that it's there. And to evade it or to combat it.
I mean, going around wouldn't take that much longer, I guess, but it just doesn't sit right for me because people are suffering.
Yes, we need to get back to the town. I'll leave some marks on the trail as a warning.
Cool.
Well, I vote we don't go north.
No, there's another creature in the woods that I don't feel like tangling with.
Let's go south and around these guys, give them a big berth, and get back on track quickly but quietly.
North is
That's
bad
what-
all around.
That will only add maybe an hour to our trek. That is
An
Probably-
hour is completely acceptable.
Unless there's something else in this one.
Okay. All right.
There's no
I'm
way
ready.
that would
I'm
happen.
ready.
I'm
ready.
hearing that you guys are leaving this and
Yes.
not going. All right.
Moving forward.
The,
Go here.
so the group decides to run away, and they're as they are running away, they're crying, just tears coming down their face.
We're
We're not
advanced-
crying. We're
we're
making a smart
advancing-
decision.
We're advancing in a flanking formation.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can hear Asgarim just openly weeping. It's Maj is a little trail of pee coming out as he's trying to walk.
And who's he riding?
He's riding his horse. His
horse?
horse is the poor horse is like a trail of pee coming down.
You know, I could counsel you in the ways of Torag if you are so afraid.
And as you're saying that, you're just like trembling furiously. It's
Sounds like the GM's mad that we didn't take the bait.
no. All right, new hex, new roll. You guys are good. All right, I just like teasing you. All right, going to the next hex. Rolling again, because rolling random encounters is fun.
Rolling.
Okay, let me go ahead and roll again here.
You're including friendly animals too, right?
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a 10% chance
I'm,
they're friendly. Everything
all
else
of
is
them?
I'm randomly rolling for a friendly animal encounter, Blue. GMs are known to do that.
Well,
Yes, they are.
livestock or something maybe not hostile.
You run into 2d6 butterflies.
Got it.
Three
tame
kittens
'em.
pounce on you.
Oh, did we all of a sudden find a remnant of the last wall?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a good pun. It's a good pun. Oh my gosh.
Hey, a
What?
girl can hope.
Why not? Sure. Man, do I want to do that? That'd be pretty awesome. Rogue, I'm assuming you're still ranging.
Yeah. well,
Go ahead and roll me, buddy, a
Can I help this
stealth
time?
check. Stealth. Are you helping him range?
Yes.
You can be up there. You could both be ranging together if you'd like.
Two
Yeah.
eyes. Yeah.
Sure.
I would like that.
She's good at stealth. This gives us time to talk about edgelord stuff.
Yeah, talk about it. I want to hear the edgelord conversation.
The Edgelord conversation. Well,
The
she's mostly
conversation about
silent.
her being tortured and captured and how.
Yeah. He wouldn't ask her around anybody else either, so.
That's fair. All right,
Oh,
so yeah, while
okay.
I'm looking at this and deciding what fresh howl I want to throw at you, go ahead and roleplay. I like it.
Uh,
I don't like that
Our
sound.
oh god, we
Well,
haven't
this
even
gives him-
started yet.
This gives him more time to find something horrible.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I found it. We're good. This is great. I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
My shield works again, right?
No, he's still working.
Maj is working on it.
You do have that
but
second
got
one,
your-
though.
I'll have that one then, yeah. Yeah, as they're creeping
would-
up, I think.
Yeah,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, you go ahead.
Yeah, as they're like creeping through the woods, I think maybe for the most part they're riding or trotting on the horses, but if they're in like thick areas of the woods, of course they'd probably jump off and lead the horses. Maybe even have to cut some with the sword to get through, but trying to be as stealthy as possible. Are we in plains right now? We moved through the woods and now we're in plains again?
Correct.
What it looks like. Okay, so they're probably going through the grass. Tall grass or something.
We're just farther ahead than the rest of the group.
So he'll look over to
Why not, Chris? That would be
to
great.
Vanya and say, I haven't been able to talk to you yet. How are you doing since that coward Dirge took you prisoner? What happened to you back there?
She's kind of she's quiet, but she's like, you can tell like she was holding in a lot of stuff, and she's just like on edge, right? And then she looks over to him, and she kind of admits that it was hell, and it was the worst ever. And she kind of just like spills the beans for her side. But then you can almost see like a weight lifted off, and she's like, but you killed him, that traitor. And you're carrying the skates on your backpack, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
skates are dangling from his pack. So is it like,
Ugh,
is she
truly
crying
beautiful,
or
you know
like
that?
bursting out emotional?
No,
Just-
she's very calm about explaining it.
Okay, cool.
Love you,
So
Jester.
he doesn't feel like she's too fragile to talk about it in.
No.
You truly are
So
beautiful,
he
you know that?
smiles and he nods
You're awesome.
and he says, "Yes, I ran my blade through his back as he tried to escape. Bastard." And then he's like, and then I cut his head off just in case anybody thought about resurrecting the fool.
I always thought it was funny he was always trying to run away from encounters. He was a coward.
I'm angry with myself for even saving him from that pod. But it's
Well, I suppose it's no. We shouldn't really dwell. We
that's
have more
good.
important. We have more important things to worry about, and that's Vigil's hope.
He'll nod and say, and it's good. It looks like we got there just in time to help you.
Because I never lost hope.
So he'll smile and nod, and yeah, they'll creep
And at that
forward.
point, she bursts into tears. Oh,
Aw.
she's a slobbering mess. Little shit.
So
But she'll quickly like compose herself, like, because now she's
Like
like yeah.
like he's reaching to go like pat her on the shoulder, and then she like starts to compose herself again, and then he's like, it's like, yes, let us go.
Yeah, I wouldn't touch her right now.
As you
Though
guys
if you
are
had, I'm gonna need you to have a reflex save.
Yeah, he's like, there.
as you guys are
Sorry.
going through this area, there is a creature in its midst. I need you both to roll me stealth checks.
Oh, that was
you
almost
got
really bad.
That was almost real bad. And not only do I need stealth checks, I also need perception checks.
I am crying.
I am rocking on these rolls, man. Not over a 10.
Maybe Maj should be scouting. Jeez.
We're talking the whole
Yeah, but-
time, crying, reliving things.
We're reminiscing. We're not looking. We're just sitting up there, away from the group, chit chatting.
He was my friend.
Okay, y'all.
Oh, real quick, I would like to ask for one of the shoestrings from those skating Healy things from Asgrim, please.
Yes, here.
Like, I would go and like take a knife, cut off a piece, and give it to me for me, please.
Yes. Take this.
So we've decided about 100 yards.
Yeah.
Is how far you are out. That translates to 300 feet, which would be multiple rounds in the event something bad was to happen.
On horses, that'd be a little bit less.
You know what? That's a good point. Horses would make that issue a little bit less. But I'm assuming Asgrim and Vanya are not on horses if they are stealthfully ranging. Fair?
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Vanya, you're like hiding in the bushes. And maybe it's like when you start to cry, Asgrim kind of like goes over and he like steps on a twig. Really doesn't seem like that big of a thing. It's like it's just a twig. But I would kind of put him... Oh, you guys don't see what I'm seeing. Let's take it to the map. And let me go ahead and help out our friends there in Twitchlandia, so that way I can stretch out the map so they can see it in all of its glory. This is
Wait.
8-fold
Sounds
paper.
Twitch.
Get out of here. Stop it. Cheater. I'm taking away a bottle cap. As you two are ranging, I imagine Asgrim, you step on this twig, you kind of like do it there, and Vanya maybe like goes a little bit deeper in. You're getting back to the point where like you're ranging. Maybe you're kind of getting ready. Neither of you see this coming. And it succeeded on its perception check against Asgrim, and it rolled a crazy stealth, so that not even Vanya sees it coming. So with those going on, I believe this will actually initiate a combat that you can't necessarily evade. You all can see the map, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Just so that we're not like right on the edge, I'm going to move us in just a little bit here. As you are getting back to ranging, Asgrim, you're getting ready to like go back to the cover of the forest. Perhaps you know that that's where you're safe. That's where you're hidden. But unfortunately, it's not in enough time. As a green dragon bursts forth from the forest right to the side of you, initiating combat. Here's what we're going to do. First off, before things get off the rails, because I don't think we've actually fought a dragon yet, have we?
No, we haven't had a dragon yet. Also, I marked 100 feet from the edge of the map for you.
Okay, thank you. It would actually be 300
it's 300.
feet. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But you're on horses, so I'm just going to roll a d4 and say you get there in that many rounds. Asgrim, unfortunately, you're going to have to hold out. Let's go ahead and do this, y'all.
Asgrim always getting in trouble together.
I need everybody to go ahead and roll for initiative for me, as we're going to go ahead and start this. It rolled a 34 on its stealth. A 34.
Okay, initiative. Stealthing initiative.
Yep, I need everybody to go ahead and roll me initiative.
Hold up a second. I've got this window that keeps popping up telling me I'm getting errors, so I might have to close out.
God, I rolled an insane initiative too. I rolled a 34 on my initiative.
And I rolled a cleric initiative.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and
give me a second.
Here's what I'm gonna do. If you were just running, that would be 25 feet per round. Which would, 25 feet for a regular move, 75 feet for a full round. But because you're on horses, we're going to go ahead and triple that speed. So 75. You're going to have to get some type of signal out. If only somebody had some type of whistle or something to let people know that there was danger. That probably would be helpful. But once that signal is given, I'm going to say 3 rounds. No, wait. Am I doing my math right? No. 75 times 3 is 150, 225. We'll say 2 rounds until people come. Until they arrive. Make sense?
Yeah.
So you said the dragon didn't see me? I'm just pointing that out.
All you know is that the dragon jumped out of the forest. And it is at... No, you can see it has made itself painfully clear.
Okay.
It jumps out of the forest looking at Asgrim. And because neither of you succeeded at the perception check and it rolled such a high stealth, only because I would do this for you guys, if you succeeded on that, I'm also going to give it a surprise round of 1 action. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Because if you guys would have done it, I would have given it to you. So it just seems like it's fair. Okay, here we go, guys. You know what? This music doesn't seem dire enough. Because this seems like a very dire situation. Does it seem dire to you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a dragon.
It's a dragon.
Yeah.
It's a dragon. Yeah.
We went around the basilisk to fight the dragon. just so everybody's aware.
I have a feeling there's going to be a whole lot of this going on.
By the way,
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
is it hostile or can I interact with it? I'm just kidding. I take that back.
It's probably like all blended in with the tree, and I'm throwing you the like shoelace.
There you go.
It would probably love to have you.
Any way that I could calm it down.
Yeah, feed it. You feed yourself to it.
Okay, first thing is first. I'm gonna need both of you, because you're within a certain range of it, to roll me a will save. Both of you roll me a will save.
Let's see. Is that under the combat tab? Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Nice knowing you guys.
That is a fail. Go ahead and give me another will
Another
save.
one under
Blue.
10.
Oh my gosh, both of you fail the will save. Both of you are frightened 1 as this thing jumps
trigger.
out at you.
Trigger.
Makes sense.
Okay, go ahead.
Grit and tenacity.
Oh, fair enough. Go ahead and re-roll it.
I get a +2, but I have to take this result.
This will go on Asgrim at the very least, though.
Come on, Vanya. You just
Roll
went through
high,
something
roll high.
horrible.
That's better.
That is success. You are not frightened.
Yes.
The cat that just got the shit beat out of it.
Now I can't use that
survives.
for another hour.
Makes sense. Makes absolute sense. For those of you who are not familiar, this is such a badass image too. I'm going to show chat and I'm going to show you guys because this dragon looks badass.
Yeah, it does.
That is a beautiful looking creature.
Right?
It's
Beautiful.
my favorite color.
And
I want its horn. I want its horn.
I'll
Well,
show you guys
we
when I
shall.
finish my mini. When I finish painting that.
Ooh. We look forward to it. Yeah, right? Very pretty. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always good to see you, Loom. So you know what? It's got a horn. I feel like that is absolutely what it would lead with. So that's what it's going to do. It's going to lead with a horn attack on Asgrim. Asgrim, do you have the ability to raise your shield as a reaction?
I do, I think, because of the Viking shield bearer thing.
If that's the case, maybe that's all you can get out. But if you'd like to do that, you can. It is about to make an attack on you.
You trained with shields. Yep, shield block reaction. Okay, cool. Yeah, he'll, like, right after he throws the severed shoelace to her, and this thing, like, comes out of the bushes, and he, like, barely has time to react. So he throws the shield up, and it's up. There you go.
I love it. Okay. Shield is up. It leads with its horn. You see it just in the nick of time as its horn just comes running into you. That's a 30 to hit. I think that hits.
It does.
Yeah, with you're frightened, and so yeah, like you throw up your shield, but I imagine like what's going through your mind, just like fuck dragon or what?
Yeah, these things are huge and legendary, and barely a split time to react, but his eyes are just wide and mouth agape as he's like, trying to backpedal.
I actually rolled the wrong damage, so I'm gonna redo that.
That looks good. That damage, I like that.
Yeah,
That's-
right?
Yeah. That's perfect damage.
You know what? Given that you have your shield up, though, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna do the damage, and then we're gonna go ahead and figure out what you're doing with your shield here. This is 17 points of damage. Your DR from your shield negates 5 of that, bringing it down to a 12. That means it's 6 points of damage to you and 6 points of damage to your shield.
Okay.
So go ahead and track that for me, Rogue.
What do I have to do here?
I think we were just manually tracking it on your notes tab in your character sheet.
Okay, yeah, the hit points are done for me, and then how much does the shield have? I'm sorry, I didn't.
No, it's okay. It's got 30. I think it's got 20 or 30 hit points for a normal basic bitch steel shield. We'll have to check on that.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, if you'll look that up so we can keep things moving, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, so it lost how much?
6. So it's, I believe it's, I want to say it's 20 HP.
20 HP.
20. So then that means your shield's at 14 HP left. It is the dragon's turn because that was its surprise round. It was hiding in the forest, and the moment you passed by, just came out and whacked you. So here we go. It's gonna get a full turn. Three actions. Here we go. First thing, would it use its breath weapon on you? Yes, it thinks you're alone. So why wouldn't it? So we're gonna go ahead and do a breath weapon attack here. And then we'll go ahead and I'll roll the cooldown for it. He doesn't know about the rest of the party, so it just makes sense that he's going for you. I'm gonna need a fortitude save from you, Rogue.
Fortitude.
So first he gives him the horn, and then he breathes in his ear.
Yeah.
Shut up. Shut up.
Makes sense.
That is a fail. You will take full damage from this breath weapon.
Of course it is.
Oh, that's a lot of sixes.
That is 28 points of poison damage as it just breathes out this cloud. Now, here's the thing. I think it's very possible that even though she's not seen, Vanya is within the cloud. Because it is a cone attack.
Oh, then she is.
Yes, she would absolutely be in it. So I'm going to need a reflex save. Did I say fortitude earlier? It should have been a
Fortitude.
reflex. It should
Oh,
be
is
a
it
reflex.
reflex?
I mean, oh no, it says fortitude. We did it right. Fortitude save from you as well, Vanya. And then I'm going to go ahead and roll this 1d4 secretly. Okay.
Does the shield take any of that damage, or is that?
No, that's poison. So,
Okay.
no. You will save against it, Vanya, so you will only take 14 points of damage. Makes sense. You're kind of hidden. However, Rogue's going to take the full brunt of that, so that'll bring him to... He's already sitting at 34 wounds. Okay, that was 2 actions, the breath attack. It will also then go ahead and attempt to bite you. And it does have the range to do it where it is. So here we go. Jaws attack. 24. That is a miss. I imagine you get your shield up just in time and like pop it out of the way.
That was saved because of my shield right there. Yeah.
Also, I have misread this. I've misread this ability of Frightful Presence. If you succeed against it, even if you succeed, you are still frightened 1. If you
I call lies.
if you fail, you are frightened 2. If you crit fail, well, that's a whole thing. Now, that should wear off as combat continues to go on, but I will have to double check on that just to make certain that we're fine here. I want to make certain that we're doing this correctly. Sure. I guess we are. Like that. Oh, there we go. More details. Okay.
-2 penalty on all attack rolls.
You
I don't know if
are
that's right.
you are immune to this monster's frightful presence for 1 minute afterwards, and the ticker will go down as combat continues. So this round you're frightened 2, but the next round you'll be frightened 1 until it eventually wears off. Make sense? Okay, that is the dragon's turn. That is round 1. We go to
Maji?
not Maj because he doesn't hear this.
A giant dragon just roared and breathed.
You're 100 yards away. Would you be able to roll me a perception check? And we'll just use the simple. We'll use the simple DCs. Maybe Rogue won't have to call for it. So
Beat me by 1.
we'll say a DC of 20. Yes, you guys hear the roar of a dragon as it comes through the forest. So
That doesn't sound good.
Your party has officially been alerted. 2 rounds for you to be able to get there. This is round 1 of 2.
That's nice.
Maj, while riding the horse, cast dimensional step to get there faster.
How far can you go with dimensional step?
Dimensional step allows me a extra 20 feet within my line of sight.
20 feet within your line of sight. So here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to say that
But
you
can
get
your
there.
horse do it?
I'm opening a dimension.
So
I'm-
you can open it. I'm sorry.
No, it's
Picking up
fair.
for the horse.
I'm going to go ahead and allow it. I think that's cool. And so I think that will do is it'll just reduce you by 1 round. So you'll be there next round, but not this round. Make sense?
Can Maj pull out the funnel?
No, you're already using a nature check to control your horse and then cast a dimension door. You can pull out the funnel next round.
Damn it.
All right, Vanya, you are up. I imagine you stumble back, poison, like you're trying to like get it out of your face. What are you gonna do?
So this thing didn't see me, right?
It does not see you.
Oh, excellent. One shot, one kill.
Hate the funnel.
You hate the...
Goddamn funnel.
What is the funnel? The funnel from the beginning, first session. Is that the same funnel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it?
Maj has used it in some very creative ways. A simple item has
Yep.
saved his ass several times over.
That's very funny.
So I figured, yeah, she can see the dragon. She's already got the rifle in her hands because she's scouting. And she knows she's hidden because it's obviously attacking her friend. She just had a very heartfelt moment with,
Yeah.
and now wants to just shoot the ever-living shit out of this thing. So, take aim. Or, yeah, take aim. I've moved my shit around. I
32. That is a hit on the dragon.
Okay.
Kaboom! That is not a crit, but it is a hit.
It is a hit.
So you will roll your arquebus, and then you will also roll your one shot, one kill.
Doesn't she get bonus for being stealthed?
That's the one shot, one kill, which we... Ooh, nice! Max on that. So you do 15 points of damage to this thing. Boom! This thing makes a loud noise, and you alert the dragon to your presence.
So that was 2 actions.
Correct? One
Second-
action left.
Move action, she is going to move and try and stealth again.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah, you're in the forest. I think that's fair. I will give it an opposing perception check, though.
I
Go ahead and roll your
Yeah.
stealth check.
Come on, Vanya.
The dragon, like, tracks you with its eyes, even though you're trying to evade its presence. It knows where you are. And it speaks. Your next cat. All right, Vanya, that is your turn. Your frightened condition falls off.
Can I move?
Yeah. Oh, I have to give you permission. Yeah, go ahead and do that now.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Fuck, and I don't have any way. Fine. I don't want it to see me, but okay.
Oh, I hate fear-based stuff so much.
Yeah, it sucks.
Don't you have it in your books, though?
Oh, I do. It's got to be in there.
You are up, Mr. Rogue.
It's such a
Pain in the ass.
yeah, it is. Oh. All right, what can I do being frightened too?
So, all frightened
Question.
does in 1 second.
Okay,
All
hold
frightened.
on. Okay.
All frightened does within Pathfinder 2e, for all intents and purposes, is you get a -1 to all of your skill checks based on the number of the condition. So frightened 1 would give you a -1 to all of your skills, attacks, etc. Frightened 2 gives you just a -2 to all of your skills, attacks, etc. And it will continue to tick down. It'll go frightened 1 next round, and then eventually taper off. Go ahead, Blue.
That's not actually as terrible as.
I almost forgot about my talisman.
If it does go to frightened 4, you become panicked, and then you have to run away.
And then
That,
you run.
yeah, that's where it gets
That's
terrible.
that's the mechanic that sucks. Yeah. When you gotta run, and you're like, oh, sorry guys.
Yeah. Peace.
All right. One action. He's gonna blow the whistle because he doesn't know
That's
that
fair.
they know.
I like that. And you know what? You didn't metagame. You're playing your character, Bottle Cap.
Hey, thank you. Also, I took the that skill for my animal.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if that would like call my horse,
Sure, I like that.
bonded animal.
Yeah.
It takes a DC 20 nature check though for that. After this duration, it's in DC. If
I like it.
successful, oh, that's bonding with the animal, I guess. I guess I would have to make that before it to actually work, I guess.
That you'd have to actually do the check, or that you'd have to do the
Yeah.
training to get it to that point.
Like maybe because I never rolled for the bond actually yet. So it's up to you if you want me to.
You know what? I hate to. I'm gonna roll a how I feel dice. I'm gonna roll a D20 how I feel dice, because that's what I do when I don't know how to feel. Natural 20. You are immediately bonded to this creature.
Nice. So I guess the whistle not only alerts them, but it's like to come get me.
Yeah, like you're just for however. Maybe we could say that you've been doing it since you got the horse. It's only been a couple of days, but like whistle, a little bit of practice here and there. Maybe there's like a little montage.
Yeah, awesome. And then he quick draws his sword. Already got the shield, and
2 actions
that's his
left.
second action. Or is that?
I think
That was a free action. The whistle.
No. I think the drawing your sword, you quick draw lets you do it for free, right?
That's right. And then so the second action would be the. Sorry, guys.
You draw your weapon and attack with the same motion. So essentially, yeah, you can do it for free.
What the hell is the ability called? The weapon thing.
Oh, you're talking about your focus spell? Gravity weapon?
Gravity weapon. Thank you. There it is.
You're welcome. That is
So gravity weapon, second action, and then the last is to attack, if I can.
absolutely. So yeah, go ahead and make that attack. Gravity weapon with your +1 longsword. You're doing 2d8 +6 slashing with that. That's not bad damage, Rogue. But will it be enough for the dragon? It's gonna eat you. Can eat you, Rogue.
Don't listen to him.
I feel the love.
As we swallow in your arm. Oh, it was on a natural 20 and it slid you a 2! It's a critical miss! Yes!
I have
Should've
not
used-
rolled over a 10, man.
Oh, dude, it's rough. You've been having a rough sesh. Go ahead and roll me that D100. Let's find out what happens on our crit fail list. 51. You are
Fall
knocked
on your sword
prone.
and have dysentery for the rest of the
You're
I'm
dead.
knocked prone.
You're knocked prone. That's
So he like whips out the sword and he's like, yeah, ching, and slips in the mud on that trail there.
Oh,
First, he steps on the ranch. Now he trips himself.
that's
Swings
awful.
at it. totally
Vanya's
wide
just
swing.
like in the woods, like just looking
like oh my
bewildered.
god, can this get any worse right now? This is terrible. Cranston, I'm assuming you're running unless there's going to try and do anything to help augment that.
Poison in my eyes. I can't see.
I got nothing.
All right, so then you are going to be taking this round and the next one running. Sir Hammond will be doing the same. It is the dragon's turn. True to its form, it will go with what it said. Ooh, what is this?
Nothing. Don't look there.
I just made it easier for it to eat me.
No.
yeah.
But I am going to eat you. That's
I like laid down sideways for it.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to totally use this. Draconic Frenzy. Love it. Oh my god, it's got some amazing, awesome things. I'm so excited to kill you, Rogue. All right, 2 claw strikes and 1 horn strike with its draconic frenzy. First claw strike. You are prone. I put the condition on you. That is a 30 to hit, Rogue. This first attack is 16 points of damage. Now, your shield is up. Are you using your reaction?
Yeah.
Okay, so then in that case, 11 points of damage. Do you get the 5 damage, or does the shield get the 5? Because you have to separate 5 and 6. Do you take more damage, or does your shield take more damage?
My shield, please.
Okay, so that will be 6 points of damage. I believe 6 has already been done to it, correct?
Correct.
Your shield is broken and unusable for the rest of this combat. So, like, I imagine, like, maybe, like, the strap breaks and stuff, and it just, like, it breaks forward. You have to, like, just kind of put it down. So there will be no more shield unless you have another one on you. Just pull shields out of your ass.
I think I have... Am I wrong? It had 14 hit points left?
Yes. The break threshold is half the hit points, which is 10.
Oh, okay.
So if it had 14, it takes 5. It goes to 9. It's broken. It's unusable.
That's right.
Okay. So it will get, here we go. Next claw attack on you, Rogue. Make certain to put your shield down so that way it's reflected. Oh, it already is. Awesome. You're a pro. This next attack will be at a -5. Okay, I don't want you right there. -5 on this next claw attack, Rogue. That is a 28. That will hit for full damage on your fleshy person. 14 points of damage. It will now do a horn attack at a -10. Here, oops, that was the tail. But you know what? The tail and the horn have the same exact to hit, so that's fine. It's a 25 to hit. So the horn does an additional 17 points of damage to Asgrim. It has one action left. It is going to go ahead and bite you because it's a dragon. And I promised you guys early on I wasn't going to hold back. 25, even with the... Wait a second. Nope. I forgot to do a -15 on the attack. So that would actually be a 10 to hit.
Yay.
Which, if that's the case, that is actually a crit fail. I need to roll on the crit fail to find out what happens. 87!
87, damn.
By the way, is an 86 an instant death?
No, it's 100.
It should
69
be.
is.
Ooh, actually, you know what I have? I have 86. Player choice on crit. GM choice on a fumble. That's what I have for 86. That's fun.
That's fun.
Oh, wow.
One of its weapons is, I imagine, like, it, like, hits the ground in such a way, because I said it was its jaw, so it, like, punches in there, and it, like, comes up with a snout full of, like, dirt. So it kind of, like, gets some in its eyes. You can see it kind of, like, flailing around. It is going to take a -2 to hit for the duration of this combat, which is
My broken
huge for you
shield stuck
guys.
between its teeth.
Oh, I like that. That's good. I like that. That's good. So it'll take a -2 for its attacks for the rest of the combat. Maj, I believe we said you get there this round.
Mm-hmm.
Poof, you come there, running on your horse that just pops in.
Maj is going to pull up that funnel and speak in Draconic. Dragon. Dragon of the woods. Do you hear me?
Yes.
We ask that you allow us to pass. We are going to rescue a small village from the Whispering Tyrant's forces. The Whispering Way is about to destroy our fair friends. Really, my young lord, my Phoenix, perhaps you could aid us, in fact. You're such an elegant creature.
Roll me a diplomacy check.
He has no diplomacy, so I'm going to go ahead and use my bottle cap for this one.
Okay.
Sir Hammond waking up from the coma that he has apparently been in.
There you go. You got another fighter with you guys. You guys are fighting a dragon, Wade.
What the fuck?
Actually, the dragon's been eating me.
I'm
Yeah, the
We
dragon-
ran away from
Yeah.
Basculus. That's great. Oh my
The
god.
Troy
No.
meme of
Even
like,
with the bottle cap, there's nothing there.
I will eat this one, the cat, and then you.
Action 1 taken. What else? You got 2 actions left.
Maj is still gonna try to talk to this thing.
Okay.
You could eat the forces of the Whispering Tyrant. They would be much more. And they would be much more tasty.
Diplomacy check.
dry aged zombie.
Dry
Yum.
aged zombie.
I just threw up in my mouth a little.
Yeah, nothing.
I know of the undead, and they will not sate me.
1 action left.
But perhaps if you rescue the town, they would offer you much food. They have cattle and livestock. You could be their guardian. You could save these people.
All right. Diplomacy check.
Be a god.
It is against its will save, mind you.
Why the hell can I not roll over a 10?
That's a crit fail. It looks at the cat, it looks at this one, and it says,
I'll eat you before the cat.
Oh, now he's pissed at him.
all right, Maj. You know what, though? Bottle cap, because you rolled 3 diplomacy checks, and you're not trained in it, and it went horribly, but you stuck to the RP. I like it. So you get a bottle cap. All right, Vanya, you are up. You are not hidden. This thing does see you.
I would like to hide though, and move again.
You can take an action to try and hide again. You know what I will do? I will give. It is being distracted by Maj, so I will give it a minus. We'll say 3 on its perception check. Yeah, go ahead and roll initiative. I did not roll for your initiative, so go for it, Hammond. Hammy.
Ugh. Sorry, I was in a coma from all the shock of Dirge being a betrayer and shit. I don't know.
Ooh, well, I mean, I can always roll shitty. We'll see. It still sees you.
Nah.
Are you gonna move
God.
again?
Yo, I'm just moving there. I was gonna move and, like, I'm stealthing and moving, right?
Uh huh.
I'm trying to, like, find cover, whatever. It's so shitty that it can see me even though it's looking at Maj. Just saying.
Sorry, I gave it a minus, but
I know.
you're in its woods. You're in its territory.
Okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, she's totally loaded and ready to go again.
All right, go ahead and make your shot whenever you're ready. Oh, it was on that 18. It
Bottle cap?
misses. You got to call it beforehand. Got to
I
call it beforehand. All right. That is your second action. What would you like to do with your third action? Oh no, that you took aim.
That's
so
a
that would've-
take aim.
Yeah. So you are all out of actions. It is Asgarim, and the audio stopped. So I will. Fix
Just trying to
this.
cover fire. Don't worry about me missing my shot.
It shoots Maj in the face. He's dead.
Is my horse coming?
Your horse is coming, but I'm going to give it the same rules as the people, which is 2 rounds to get there.
Okay.
Well, isn't his horse closer though? Because they were following us at a
Would it-
safe distance.
See, I was assuming that it would have been back with everybody because they would be able to, like, actually rear it. Or not rear it, but, like, you know.
Hold its reins.
Exactly. That's my mentality on it.
That's all right.
Us,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna jump up and charge this fucking thing.
You're crazy!
He's going
Run
out.
away!
All right. Asgarim. God, I told you guys I wouldn't hold back, so I'm going to stay true to that. As you get close, actually, it's a 5-foot step. Never mind. Does not invoke anything.
Invokes your mom.
Okay, what are you going to do, Rogue?
God, son.
He's gonna swing.
All right, action
Swing
2,
the
swing.
blade.
By the way, remember you can hunt prey, which will give you an additional damage dice if you're able to hit. Just,
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And gravity weapon.
He already did it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. I just have to roll over a 10.
31. Hunter's Edge, precision. You do an additional 1d8 precision damage. Okay, awesome. Whenever that is a hit, so go ahead and roll your gravity weapon longsword and then your hunt prey damage. All right, 13 points of damage to the dragon. You slash it good, and then you get it in a pretty decent spot too, so just roars out. Maj, by the way, I need
total
you...
damage?
19 total damage, yeah. Pretty good damage. Maj, by the way, I need you to make me a will save as you draw close to this thing. That is your turn, correct, Asgarim?
That is it. Yeah.
Even knowing what I was riding into?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It has a aura. Yeah, you're good. You steal
Nice.
yourself. That's a crit success. You're not frightened. You know it's a dragon. You're gonna kick its ass. That's how Maj feels, at least. All right, Asgrim, that is your
Maj
turn.
is trying to
Stood up,
make this
hunt
thing an
prey,
ally.
attack.
Yeah, he just takes a. He's totally afraid, still, of course, but he jumps up, covered in mud and blood. He's almost dead, and shield's broken. All he's got is this sword, so he just stabs into it as it's like rearing back, looking towards Maj.
Okay. Sir Hammond, you are running this round. You will appear next round. Cranston, the same for you. They were outranging when you guys were... This thing got a really high stealth check, 38. Nobody saw it coming as they were ranging in front of you, and they got an attack.
Hold fast, my friends! I am coming!
Do you have anything that Sir Hammond would boost his ability to move faster? Because I did take that into consideration with Maj, and I also want to give you that ability as well.
I think he does have something. Some roller skates.
No, he doesn't. Rogue has those.
I was just... I'm just screwing with you. If Dirge was here, I definitely would be using that shit.
He gets an additional 5 feet
Nice.
per thing. So that's 250. 3 would, yeah.
Right, pretty flexible. Your reflexes are lightning fast. Sorry, just looking through all the feats. Just I'll shout out if I find something.
Sure, sounds good. I'm not seeing anything, so it is the young dragon's turn. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do move action here. And then the cooldown is up. I rolled a 2 on a d4. Want to double check that was the case. Because I know I opened with that. Train, perception. Yeah. Yep, I rolled a 2. So that means it is recovered this round. It's breath weapon. It is a 40-foot cone. That will definitely get Maj. I need both of you to make me fortitude saves as it begins to spew out poison from its mouth in both of your directions. 96 points of poison damage.
And
27.
well?
Yes, that is you as well.
Fortitude save.
Fortitude save. Oh, shit, buddy.
That's a critical fail, right?
The save is 24, so it is not a crit fail. Oh, no, the save is 25, but still not a crit fail. 27 points of damage to both of you. Asgrim, you get this all in your mouth again. What's going through your mind? Because you're barely standing on one leg.
He's pretty sure he's gonna die, so he's I think he's just fighting to do as much damage as he can to help his friends. So he's He's like
All right.
covered in this poison, and he's just like barely hanging on.
All right, Maj, you are up. You just inhaled a bunch of poison.
I am gonna go with one of my abilities, which allows me to recall knowledge as a bonus action.
As a bonus action. All right.
I still have to roll the skill.
Okay.
What is it?
Knowledge, nature. Or just nature.
I roll.
27.
All right. This is a young green dragon. They are lawful evil. They're large. They're amphibious. They can hunt people down with their scent. They can speak common and draconic. And that is enough to ask me 2 additional questions.
All right, 2 additional questions. I will. What is something that could endear me to this creature? I'm already speaking Draconic to it.
Okay. Okay. Green dragons. Okay, a couple different things about them. Out of all of the dragons, they're the most like contemplative of all the chromatic dragons. So you actually trying to take a diplomatic approach to this isn't too far outside the realm of possibility. The real hampering thing is the fact that you're not really trained in diplomacy, right?
Yeah.
With that said, the key to understanding green dragons is to understand. You're gonna love this. The key to understanding green dragons is to understand their obsession with knowledge and self-discipline. Any careful approach that takes advantage of a green dragon's fixations may actually end in a diplomatic outcome. But any misstep can provoke a savage attack. They are orderly, well-kept, organized of their lairs. They carry many treasures. And their pride leads them to seek the preservation of their forest homes. They feel like a verdant and lush forest is something they alone have cultivated. This leads some green dragons to actually follow the path of druidism, though most prefer to study the arcane arts and occult lore. Maj, you might be a dragon. You might be a green dragon.
Just take the description and put it into Maj's character.
Yeah,
So
pretty much.
Maj is a green dragon, cut from the same cloth. With that, I am going to ask nothing more. You gave me so much information that I feel that is only fair.
Fair.
Maj will hold out his arms. Speaking in Draconic.
He put down the cone.
He's close enough to talk to him.
Oh.
Green Dragon. May I know your name as I speak to you?
Now you know its name. Tell you, roll me a diplomacy check. Because I don't know why it would tell you its name. I'm not gonna make this harder.
Oh,
Man, you're making this really hard for me, man. Like I'm trying to throw you a bone.
I feel like he's making it very easy for you
Yeah.
Yeah.
to murder him.
Maj, I'm guessing he's just growling and snarling at the guy that just attacked him.
Would the dragon understand common?
It does understand common. So it does
Raj.
understand his question. It's just,
I tire of your insufferable questions.
Maj holds out his arms.
What if I told you I know of a tower to the north that has much information, as well as I have amassed a very substantial library within Vigils Hope, which would be at your beck and call. Your thirst for knowledge is probably much like mine, and perhaps along like the what are those trees things that attacked
Trent's.
Trents? Perhaps with the Trents that we made a deal, we could talk to the entities that might harm your woods and make sure that they leave your sacred place alone.
Okay. I'm going to give you a diplomacy check. And I'm going to say that it needs to be... First off, I'm going to give you a hell of a big bonus because you're playing right into this thing's hands. Or its desires. I'm going to say a plus 13 to this check. Almost like you were trained for this one particular check. I feel like that's fair.
All right, I've adjusted mine to plus
Okay.
13.
Now, I want to double check on the rules here for diplomacy. Because there is like an actual threshold you have to get. And I want to say it's a will save, but I'm not entirely positive. Rob, maybe you can help me with this because I know that you're pretty good at the rules for this. Is make an impression. Its attitude increases by 2 steps on a critical success, 1 step. At the end of the conversation, attempt to diplomacy against the will DC of one target, modified by any circumstances the GM sees fit. So in this case, it's going to be 10 plus its will save. That will be its will DC. It's a 27, buddy. So it is a hard check, just so you're aware.
I'm still going to play into it. But I am going to use that hero point that you just gave me.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. Come on, Nat 20. Come on.
Oh.
It is so good. It's so good you said you were using the bottle cap.
What is?
Don't do that again. Do not
Yeah,
do
please
that
don't.
again.
That's-
Just roll it. Let's stop.
Jesus,
clear.
please.
To be clear, he has to roll a 12 or higher on the die for this to be successful.
Jesus, please.
Just roll
All
it,
you
man.
people out in Chatlandia, please send me to
Time,
roll.
Rogue, what were you saying? You're what's going on?
He's rolling a dice, a d20,
He's rolling a
and
d20.
he's got to get a 12 or higher
Correct.
to save versus his roll.
Yes.
I want to use one of my hero points to make him roll twice.
You know what? I will give. Okay, you have an additional re-roll on this one. And you used it before the roll, so I will
Can
allow
I
it.
use mine as well?
Oh my god. This
Just
is
stack them up, man.
This has
Stack 'em
gotta
up.
succeed, man.
you know what? Allow it, but this consumes them for the
Yeah.
session.
Yeah,
Alright.
I wasn't planning on.
Okay, you get 3 more tries at this. That
There's
is
one.
That's a fail. We know it has to be a 12. It has to be a 12 or higher.
There's
It's 2. Here you go. Last roll, buddy. I've been generous. You just have to
And
not
thorough.
roll like shit.
Are you expecting me to throw my hero point in too?
No.
Okay. I was like,
Come on.
Oh.
What is with these rolls?
It looks
I
at
think
you.
it's Fantasy Grounds.
It looks
It
at
is
you
not
and it
meant to be.
says,
Thank you. I will take that knowledge after I take your lives.
Wait a minute. Was this plus 13 on there?
Well,
was-
yeah,
was it
with his plus
on the
13, he
first
would have
one?
had to have rolled a 12 or higher
Or higher on the die.
on the die.
yeah. Actually, it would have been a 14 or higher in hindsight, but
Okay.
it really doesn't matter.
Why the hell are these rolls shit?
Man, you got a bunch of rerolls. I've been very generous.
I'm thinking the dice gods are telling you to stop trying diplomacy.
All right, you have
Maj,
2
I
actions
have one
left.
action. No, I have one action,
Okay.
I believe. Because I asked the name and you made me roll.
I was just counting that as part of this. You have 2 actions left.
Okay. 2 actions. Maj is still going to plead with him.
Oh my god. Okay.
Maj wants this dragon on our side for this battle.
What are you going to say?
I only gave you part of my knowledge. I not only have seen other planes, I have
Amazing.
seen the inside of the ether and gained the abilities to absorb fire. And I have much more than what I have written down. I know of villages that would satiate your hunger of human beings, as well as I know ways that could obscure your horde.
Offer him the village to the north. Tell him about the village to the north. Or the west. I'm sorry,
All
it's
right.
the west.
So here's the thing. Azzy Rocks turned in 1,000 points to give you an additional reroll. So on this roll, you'll get it. I will increase it to a plus 14. But
Plus
after
14.
this, I'm going to treat it like a tax, and it will go down. You understand?
All right. Mm-hmm. All
So you
right.
have to get a 13 or higher on this roll. 14 plus 13. 13 or higher to meet the will DC to improve this creature's demeanor towards you by at least 1 step. On a natural 20, I will have it increased by 2. Take your first roll. 13 or higher. It was on
It was
18.
on the 18.
It was on the 18, but it moved off. All right. I love that we can all see the dice, by the way. That's so much fun. That's one of my favorite things about Fantasy Grounds. It is you get a plus 13, by the way, not a plus 15, just FYI. Oh, no, plus 4. No, you get a
14.
plus 14, yeah, and you have to hit a 13 to get it. All right.
I'm keeping my eyes closed.
Son of a bitch. You hit a 13 on the dot. Okay. This is how I imagine it. You're pleading with this thing, just like over and over and over and over and over again. And Asgrim's like covered in blood and his own blood mostly. And he's just like, I don't know, just like trying to like stand up. This thing, this big ass dragon. By the way, you should thank Azzy because it's that roll that got you the success.
Thank you, Azzy.
I imagine like it's getting ready to like claw Asgrim one more time. And like maybe Asgrim, like you're flinched, like you already said, like you're ready to die. You're waiting for the final blow, but it comes back, it stops. It like puts its claw down. And it looks at you and it says,
We will have a long conversation about what you know, and you will give me access to all of your knowledge, all of your books, all of everything that you have ascertained about the occult and the arcane.
Maj holds up a potion of shared memory.
You will have it all. Everything that I know. Everything that I am.
Asgrim, how are you going to react to this?
Asgrim stabs it again. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes, I will. Oh, God damn it!
I'm gonna eat him.
That would be. I will at least eat this one. This one.
Amazing.
Asgrim's like got his sword and he's like just barely like standing up, and then he's like looking back And he can barely see Maj, I think, through the poison that's been in his eyes and all that stuff. And he's like, I was waiting for a spell or something. Some kind of some kind of help from you, Maj. What
Some
Anything-
problems are not always solved with the tip of a sword. Sometimes they are solved with the reasons. Green dragons are noble beings, much like myself, that pride in knowledge.
I
over
am
combat.
very noble.
And he like takes his foot and kind of like hides some of the skeletons that were like peeking out from underneath the forest.
We entered into this dragon's den, and I am sorry for that.
It is. I'm gonna bring the Hammond and Cranston. You guys come here. This is how
Question.
I charge him, full charge.
Yes, Vanya.
Couch the.
Is the dragon no longer hostile towards us?
Right now, it appears I'm dropping us out of initiative for the time being. It looks like it is, at the very least, not hostile.
Maj is
Amen.
approaching it with open arms.
I'm walking away from it.
So Asgrim walks away from it, walks towards Cranston, a bloody mess. Maj is standing there with open arms.
What is that fool doing?
I assume we're talking to this. And talking this out.
I take a look at one look at Asgrim, and I cast a heal on him.
Oh, thank you, brother. I've got something in my eye. Some kind of spit.
55 points.
My God, that healing is
Nice.
Greetings, Sir Dragon.
Vanya
And he does like a
was-
little salute. I assume we are not fighting anymore.
snarls at you.
No, it beat the shit out of me, and Mars is talking to it now.
It's just-
Oh, that.
It sounds so passive aggressive.
I really wanted to. Like he kind of whispers to you as you're like walking past, like I really wanted to fight a dragon.
No, I did. It's not very fun.
I didn't even get it.
But let's let Vanya say what she was about to say.
Go ahead, Vanya.
Sorry.
Do you have the skill too? I have I know. I just have a tame animal skill.
You
No.
can't tame a sentient beast.
I can
Yeah.
tame a dragon, can I?
No.
No.
It's a
Maybe a
sentient
pseudo
creature.
dragon.
It is an
It's not hostile anymore, and it's an animal.
It is.
It's a being, a thinking being.
It's
a
a
beast.
person.
You said it was beastie.
It is. It.
So are the
Dragons-
Beastie Boys.
Dragons look like they're beasts, but for all intents and purposes, they're closer to people than they are towards like beasts.
Animals.
Yeah.
Hero
totally-
point to let me try.
This would irritate a dragon if you were trying to talk down to it. It would get you targeted.
Very quickly.
Maj pulls
Dragons
out.
are very proud creatures.
I will tell you this. I'll tell you this, Vanya. If you're going to try to attempt to do this, and you want to use your hero point to do it, I don't know if I can let you tame it, but I can maybe let you improve its demeanor towards all of you. And possibly that could lead to other things. Oh, let me make that heal for you, Asgrim. My bad.
That was 55 points.
Jester,
thank you.
what were you gonna do?
Maj is actually going to take both of the shared memory potions that he has in his bag, pour half of each of them into a cup, and two different cups, and set one of the cups in front of the dragon. My hope is that Maj shares so much of his knowledge that this also imbues some of his emotions of worry for his young ward and for his bird and for everybody at Vigils Hope.
I thought you were going to Princess Bride him and like, put poison in one of them.
No. So
Spent my
I'm
entire life. Sorry.
Good immunity to iocane powder.
That's right.
That's an interesting thing you bring up, Maj. I don't know how I would go about doing that. My gut
It'd be
reaction.
a will save, right?
It would be a will. I would set the will DC for him. Actually, no. I think I'd give him a will save.
It would be like a will versus his will, I would think.
But it's not like Maj is. It's a hope you have that,
Yeah.
but it's not necessarily something that it actually does. You know what I'm saying? But
If I may I make a point?
go ahead.
So I would assume it would be Maj's willpower versus the dragon's willpower. So it'd be a roll. Maybe the dragon's a will save against a DC gotten from Maj's willpower.
But it's not necessarily like. I don't know.
Like-
I hear what you're saying, but it's like
That was my idea. So.
he's hoping to make an emotional impact on this dragon. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to give it a will save. But I'm going to set the DC. Make sense?
Yeah.
Um,
But let me.
I really just need to I need to just save this page. I need to put a marker on it because I keep coming back to this. Or I need to find.
By the way,
yeah.
Just real quick, I rolled a wisdom check.
Yes.
And the reason I did that was to see how if I decided to go punch this thing in the stomach, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know it's an evil creature and I don't like it.
Fair.
But I rolled a very high wisdom check, and I've decided to keep my fool mouth shut for now. But I'm going to try my best to keep an eye on things.
I like
I
it.
don't like it at all.
I like it. I like you letting the die help you roleplay. I think that's really cool.
I had to play.
Maybe like,
Yeah.
calm.
I had
Was
to
it
play
I
you
want
with
to
it that a
kill
lot.
just as much as you.
Oh, who was it that said they wanted to fight the dragon?
I kind of did, but I think diplomacy is the better course at this juncture. Maybe like 5 rolls ago, whenever he was hitting like 3s and 7s and 1s left and right, maybe we should have fought, but we weren't there, so.
Yes.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do.
Also, next to the
So you're saying? Sorry, I had a Sorry.
next to the cup with the shared memory potions, Maj is also going to offer him the copy of the scholar's journal from the Mage's Tower.
Okay.
Next to the cup.
Sure. Okay. I need to adjust my lumbar support. For those of you who don't know, I jacked up my back this last weekend, and so I have to adjust how I'm sitting every so often so that I'm not jacking myself up. Okay, so first off, as you draw closer to it with this cup of shared memory, the dragon changes shape before your eyes, and it becomes a normal human man dressed in noble-like attire. It has its hair is green, kind of as a reflection of the fact that it's a dragon itself, and I imagine the hair is kind of long, and he kind of looks at you still with kind of like this, I don't know whether to trust this person sneer. With that said, it's going to go ahead and do an Arcana check on the potion itself, and it deems it drinkable. And so he'll take the cup, and he'll go ahead and kind of like swish it. And so each of you drink half. That's how it works?
Well, it doesn't say how it actually plays out, but assuming that half a bottle to each person would share the
You take a
I like
swig,
that.
swish it around in your mouth, spit it back in the bottle, and hand it to them.
And while they're drinking it, Maj will, with both hands and head down, hand him the book.
So, shared memory, does this go both ways or does it only go one way?
I deleted the item.
That's what she said.
She said I deleted the item.
No, I was a little too slow on the draw there.
I was going to say.
Does it go both ways?
Oh, does it go both ways? That makes more sense. A potion of shared memories can transfer recollections from one creature to another. To place a memory in the potion, you must hold the vial and focus on a particular memory for 1 minute. This memory must be of a single event, location, person, or otherwise encompass a span of about 1 minute. The clear fluid takes on a shimmering hue reminiscent of the stored memory and gains a slightly sweet taste. So what this guy is going to do, what this dragon is going to do, and he will actually say,
Frevere,
oh, I guess he's speaking, he's a human now. You asked my name earlier, and it is Frevere. And I'm going to spell that for you in chat, so you can put that in your own notes. I would like to see, and I like how you've kind of done it, and he will say, I would like the memory of this hoard of knowledge that you speak of.
He's going to remember not the exact location of the tower and the amount of books that was in this tower, as well as...
Do you mean in the mages, like that thing that you were in? That like alternate dimension?
Yeah.
So you're saying you could bring him there?
Well, didn't we save all the fucking books? I remember.
No, we didn't save all the books.
It exploded, dude.
No,
yeah,
it
I
didn't
remember
completely explode.
Specifically, Hammond
I
shoving
disarmed it by
books into
pulling the fire magic into Mosh.
So you were well. There's a lot of assumptions you're making about like what's going on, but I hear what you're saying. So you give him that particular memory.
Yes.
So he takes it, drinks it, and you could kind of like see his eyes almost glaze over with your own memory from your own eyes. He sees the entrance hall with the many books that were there. He sees the various rooms that were elemental in nature, and maybe in a brief second even sees like the small journals that you picked up throughout. And he even sees that center area where you fought the skeletal guardians and the magic area and all of it. And he breathes out afterwards and he says, yes, that is where I would like to go. You can share this place with me and the knowledge therein.
There is a dimensional bridge within our town that we are trying to save that will bring you there. Although I must warn you, there is a powerful entity.
And Maj again thinks of this thing, hoping that the potion is still connecting them.
We're talking about the creature that touched you.
Mm-hmm.
I make it sound like a
I wish
adult
to warn
predator.
you of this creature.
And he closes his eyes and bows his head.
I plead to you. While we do not have much to offer, at the same time, there is more that could come.
As he looks up.
Having those, my friends, around, bringing you more knowledge, so that you do not have to leave your hoard unguarded, might play into your favor, if we manage to save our town.
Go ahead and roll me a knowledge arcana check in place of a diplomacy check.
I'm getting the lucky hammer out. Haven't used this for a while.
That is above its will DC, so that would succeed. He looks like he's ruminating. I would have to roll to you give him another. You use the other potion of shared memories to share this image of the creature too.
I was hoping that the creature would be included within the memories beforehand.
Oh, okay, that's fair. I think we can roll with that.
Maj, for the other potion, will give him the knowledge of Vigils' hope and the people that live there that could help the dragon collect knowledge.
Ooh, I like this.
If they were possibly a guardian.
Okay, so now this is the thing that you were talking about trying to kind of like impact it at an emotional level, correct?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna have it make a. Man, I don't. It's weird because like, how do I? I'm trying to think about how to best do this. I'm gonna set the DC at. I'm going to give it a greater chance to succeed against this emotional event because they generally don't care about people. Make sense? And
but
so
the fact that the people could bring him more knowledge while he protected his horde.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. So what I'm going to say is, my back. 27 would be a 50-50 chance. 25. I'll tell you what. Roll me a diplomacy check. I'll give you trained again. So get a plus 13 to see if you can beat its wisdom DC. If you're able to convince him based on that, I will lower the DC of him. Or I will increase the DC of him succeeding against emotional manipulation. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to get another. We'll just say you got to hit another 13, because that's what we used earlier. So you have to get a. You don't have a, you have a larger chance of failure than you do success. Okay, he sees the merit in your point. So I'm gonna say. Make a wisdom save. I'm going to set the DC at 27. We'll just make it a 50-50 chance. He sees the knowledge therein. He sees the ability of having people work for him. I mean, that's right out of Shadowrun. I mean, dragons do that. They're manipulative in that particular function.
Can I manipulate a little bit too?
In what way?
Yeah, you were saying I could use it to add
That's
help,
right.
Right.
So you want to use it in this particular instance?
Yeah, what if I add in, like, I want to envision Vanya has seen them gibbering. She doesn't understand anything. But she can see the desperation in, the mouse's words. So she can see it. Like,
oh yeah.
Maj is doing some work. And so she's probably thinking that he's asking for help or offering something to get this dragon's position. But I would like to show the dragon, I would say, using this tame animal, like it's my nature versus its will.
Okay.
To see if I walk out from the trees, putting my gun away, showing I'm not harmless, but also saying,
I'm here
in my
and I
own
understand.
way, saying she's showing that she's not aggressive, but she wants it. She assumes that it can speak common, so she's just gonna say something.
I mean, you've been
Saying
hearing it
that-
speaking common, so I think that's fair that you can.
I thought
assume
you said it
can
was speaking Draconic.
Not
No,
since
it's-
it
I
turned
said I'm
human.
speaking Draconic.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, it's been speaking common this whole time.
So I can hear one side.
Mhm.
That's fair, and it's from the side you wouldn't think.
I can hear the dragon, right? Okay.
Yeah,
So she
While she does this, I'll be right back.
sounds
Um,
good.
I was okay, so she's just gonna say you will have no knowledge if we don't reach Vigil's hope and protect it. We're hoping that you could help us protect it so we can share this knowledge with you.
Playing into its ambition.
Yes. But it's using my tame animal ability. Because you said I could.
So dumb.
Well, how would you?
I mean, I did. It's not an animal. It's the hard part, but I did say you can use it to improve, increase its.
It took me a moment to think about how I was gonna use it. Okay.
Roll a nature check. It's going to be against its will DC. It'll be a 27. Fuck. So yes.
Takes me 1 minute to takes me 1 minute to convince it.
It takes.
Because I'm master.
Yeah. So.
So we need to hear 1 minute of you talking to him.
Yeah, you have to spew
I just
bullshit
acted it
for-
out.
Yeah, that's fair.
She comes cool. She's like strutting out of the forest, puts her gun away, and
Can't
like
believe this
almost
is
like
working.
nonchalantly, like, hey, if you don't help us, you ain't gonna get that knowledge.
Okay, you guys are so funny. Remind me to talk to you about this when we are all done with Vigil's Hope, about this specific moment, because I think we'll all have a good laugh.
Scrim's over there drinking a healing potion. Fuck that guy.
He almost killed you. He was like,
Yeah, I
he
mean,
was
like-
one round away from just eating you.
I assume us three are like the two lawful goods, and you were sitting over there like, I want to kill him. I want to smite him so bad. I want to smite him so bad.
All right.
Like maybe my hands like tightening on my sword, just like.
Yeah, the Freer was like, "I'm sorry. Did I hear something from back there? Did you?
I was just talking about.
Did you say something?
I was talking about the supper that we had last night.
Ah, of course you were.
I was just commenting on how good this healing potion tastes.
How you doing? Ah,
Hi, Jackie.
yes.
Hi, Jackie.
Sure you were. Jester? Oh, she already left.
Like maybe I'm like crushing
Everyone
the
says
little
hi!
pommel. Maybe I'm crushing the little pommel stone on my sword, just like.
He smirks. He does look at Vanya, kind of with an eyebrow raised, and he says, "Your points have merit. I will say this much. I hear you. It is indeed something that I will have to deal with, I suppose. Kind of thinking about how to best take care of this. If your promise is true to help me gain this knowledge, then yes, I will help you.
Yes.
You will give me everything I ask and more.
No.
Do we have a deal? And he looks at Maj, because Maj has been the big pusher of this particular conversation.
I will
And
give
more.
you every bit of knowledge that I have of the ethereal plane where Arcana actually comes from. As you saw from the tower, I went into the weave the very being of magic. And I only touched that of fire.
Dude, it's gonna make Vigils Hope's dungeon its new lair.
Gonna make it a what?
It's
The
gonna
dungeon
make
under Vigil.
Vigils Hope's dungeon its new lair.
I didn't think of that, but I kind of like that actually. That'd be cool as hell.
It's gonna love the shit out of that temple and dungeon.
Gonna kill everybody
Library,
and then take the
dungeons,
dungeon over.
cafeteria.
I like it. I'm trying to find a suitable pog for this guy because I've described him with green hair.
A month.
Yes, 1 virgin a month.
Starting with the rat.
They have to be super virgin-y as well.
Oh, I want that. Too.
Like I want them to have a fedora. And
Did you say I want that too, Rogue? I like that. We'll use this
I
one.
want them to be the kind of virgin that wears a fedora and posts on internet forums.
Yes.
A lot.
Lots of
Like a-
4chan.
Yes.
I own 2 fedoras.
I'm gonna move that token in for the time being to represent the dragon. That's in its. So I said human, but it's an elf. I'm gonna say it's in an elf form because why not?
Oh my god, does it talk Elven too?
Oh my god. Sure.
Yay. She totally
He's so
totally
hot.
says, wow, you're hot. In Elven.
He just looks at you and he says, "No, we're not going there. I refuse."
You're not nearly charismatic enough for that.
No.
That's gonna
It's
happen.
Elven. It's so
gonna
exciting. So having to choose an Elven.
He
pog.
just takes a deep sigh and like starts rubbing his temples. Like, why have I
Frickin'
decided to
mortals.
do this?
Blue, you are not playing a particular spider right now.
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
Don't
That,
assume
you
what
only get to
Vanya
torture
can and
me with
cannot
that
do.
spider. You only get to torture me with that spider. You can't torture Chris
Do you
with
think
that.
there's a reason she chooses to speak Elven fluently? You don't know her. You don't know her kinks.
Oh my gosh.
And
Okay.
you shouldn't shame her for them.
So that was a great interaction right there. I'm gonna go ahead and close that map real quick. Gotta go ahead and bring out this. Yeah. It's just like it's just sighing the whole way. And he's like, maybe we could take care of those bastard basilisks around the corner. They keep shitting on my lawn. It's a bunch of, they just leave petrified people all over the place. It's like half. What the
Ever
hell?
since they moved in here, the wood's been going to hell.
My
They didn't even
property
sign up for the
values-
HOA.
My property values have just gone down. It's terrible.
This is the second time Maj has fought by using diplomacy.
It's almost
And
like you
he's so
should get
bad at
training
it.
in it.
So bad at it. You nearly died.
I think I tried to convince you, like, the last time you got a skill up. I'm like, maybe you should just get training in diplomacy. You like to talk. And you're like, no, I want to be a master at something in, like, knowledge or whatever. And I was like, that makes sense. That is a Maj thing. Like, he's very knowledgeable.
Arcana, I think it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm not arguing. Okay. You have a fucking dragon with you, so we're not gonna roll any more checks for a while because this is gonna eat anything that comes your way. So here's where I'm going to leave us. You take the journey up to Vigils Hope. And as you draw close, I'm going to go ahead and put us on this particular map so we're all on the same page, quite literally. And I'm going to go ahead and extend it for our people on line so they can see the full map. Or not the full map, but a better idea of what we see. As you draw close, you see the village, the forestry village, which people still kind of like live in. In that approximate location, you see smoke coming from it. Go ahead and roll me perception checks.
right? Just shut that fucking.
And just to be clear, we're fixing to end here because
Oh
it's
shoot! I didn't
about
mean to hit.
it's
use
about
the initiative,
midnight,
but-
and I think my back is about at its limit. I need to lie down and ice it, or I'm going to wake up like the Tin Man in Wizard of the Oz.
I
tomorrow.
sit in the hot bath alternate between the two.
Somebody tell me
between the two.
Epsom salts will work.
That
But
helps.
I digress. You, but thank you. As you, God, fucking, you hear the sounds of fighting in the distance, which to some extent probably feels like a good thing, because if you just heard nothing, that would feel ominous in its own right, right? Like,
Yeah.
either they were totally caught with their pants down and entirely slaughtered, right?
Mhm.
Or something terrible happened. But no, fighting is going on. And I imagine as you kind of like maybe get a better view of seeing that little forest village, you see the undead attacking. Perhaps in droves pushing towards the town. Thank you for the Valhalla Berserker. And that's where we will end it. The battle for Vigils' hope starts the next time we play.
Undead.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen in Twitchlandia, thank you guys so much for joining us for our session this evening. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I know that we did. I know I did. I guess I can't speak for you guys. A certain rogue had a hell of a fun time getting beat to hell by a dragon. That was lots of fun.
But
And then
we had a
having his
heartfelt
friend-
moment. It was great.
Yeah, it was great. It was great.
Man, I wanted to kill that thing.
And we totally just tamed a dragon.
Not tamed.
You didn't tame it, trust
I-
me.
Only say it because it
own
gets
it.
that
Okay,
look on the GM's
Imagine
face.
you had a dude in front of you and you're like, I'm gonna tame you.
It's pretty accurate,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh god. Ugh.
These things are dirty, rotten evil.
How do I change my HP?
You should be able to change it in your character sheet, or at least in the combat tab. I would try both of those. The tracker. Actually, Jester, you regularly adjust
Yeah.
yours. Where do you do it?
So what I do is I subtract the amount that I have received, and I just retype the number in. So let's say I'm at 44 and I gain 14. I change the wounded number to 30.
Okay, cool.
But we
Yeah.
can also, yeah. Anyway, it
You can
was
go into
nice.
you can go into wounds and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Who, me?
Blue.
No,
Sorry about
Blue.
that.
Go Blue.
No, I'm good.
Sorry about that. I was just gonna say you could change if you go into wounds, you put them there. You can change it there.
That's what I just said.
Oh,
Yes.
There we go. Thank
There
you.
we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and close it. I'm going to allow our illustrious players to say goodnight, and we'll move on.
Good night, fuck
Good
boys.
night, everyone.
so
I
long,
am
farewell.
stressed out.
I'll be
Bye-bye.
there. Good night.
Good
We'll
night,
see you guys in 2 weeks for another episode of Vigils. Next Saturday, we have Star Wars. We still on, Wade?
Yep.
All right.
And tomorrow?
Edge of the Empire will be next week. Tomorrow we've got Demon Gate with Rogue. So we got all kinds of games. Tomorrow's Demon Gate with Rogue. Wednesday we've got Starfinder with Jester. And then and Monday and Wednesday we should be back to doing Delta Green. So we've got all kinds of TTRPG games going on this week. Tomorrow,
Are you
Demon
running?
Gate.
Are you running two games of Delta Green or just one that's running a lot?
It's one that runs twice, but we haven't ran for the last 2 weeks. Last week, because I had my jacked up back, and the week before that, one of our players was having issues. We're actually near the end of this particular mission, so so that'll be fun. So we got Demon Gate on Sunday, Delta Green on Monday, Delta Green on Wednesday, Starfinder on Wednesday, and then Edge of the Empire on Saturday. So y'all we got all kinds of great stories. I think we got some amazing players and stories we're telling. So
That's cool.
tune on in.
Thank you. Bye.
Hell yeah.
Y'all take care.
See y'all later.
Y'all have a good evening.